I am so sick of everyone telling us to pick a niche. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about all the things that I wish I did when I started my YouTube channel. And picking a niche isn't one of them, so if this sounds like something that you need, stick around. Everyone tells us the first thing to do when starting a YouTube channel is pick a niche. And if you know what your niche is, amazing, perfect, I'm genuinely happy for you. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world. That may be an unpopular opinion, but we're saying it, okay? Do not, and I repeat, do not let not having a niche be the thing that stops you from taking yourself seriously on YouTube for another 12 months. Just don't do it. So what I wish I did. I wish that I got super clear on who I wanted to talk to versus trying to find what niche I was in and then just labeling myself a lifestyle creator, which led me to not being clear on who I was talking to because I was too focused on talking about all the things that I wanted to talk about and not talking to any specific person. Does that make sense? Don't get me wrong, you can be a lifestyle creator and be really clear on who you're talking to, but you could also be the lifestyle creator who is putting out anything and everything just hoping that something goes viral with no real action plan. And there is a difference. I really don't believe that you need to have a niche. I've technically monetized this channel without a niche. If you know what my niche is by looking at my channel, let me know. I've talked about meal prep, I've talked about cooking, I've done vlogs, I've done tips on social media, tips on YouTube specifically. I've talked about my child-free lifestyle. I've talked about mindset. I've talked about living in another country. Those are all the types of videos that I've been creating over the last however long this channel has been active. But there came a point when I started to get clear on who I was creating each video for. This video is for aspiring content creators, and I am very clear on what that person is looking for because I was that person. I still am that person, okay? I am just making videos for the person that is a few steps behind me and helping them get to where I am right now while I'm working towards getting to where I want to be. While I still haven't really narrowed down the specific niche I want to grow this channel into, I have gotten really clear on who I'm talking to in each specific video. So when I'm creating content about my life here abroad, I know specifically who I'm talking to when I'm creating that video. When I'm creating my child-free lifestyle content, I know exactly who I'm creating that for. So my videos have more purpose and direction. I'm not just creating a video for the sake of creating a video. I have a clear viewer in mind when I'm creating those videos. Even if those videos don't relate to each other, even if they're not under a specific niche, even if they're under multiple different niches, I'm just way more clear on who I'm speaking to so that my videos can add value to someone. I'm just not hung up on whether or not I'm in a niche. I will say, does that mean my channel could have grown a lot quicker if I've just picked a niche and only created videos in that? Yes, probably, but also my channel grew to monetization within a 7-month period. So like, how much faster are we talking here? So like, I don't know. I have just let go of it has to be done this way. And I've just allowed myself to step into what feels good for me. What feels good for Jamie? What works for Jamie? So these days I create videos for maybe like 3 different types of people. That might change down the line. I feel like it is so important in the beginning stages to allow yourself to experiment and to allow that to be okay. There's so much information out there telling you, do this, you have to do this, you have to blah, blah, blah. It's just pressure, pressure, pressure. And I'm just all about taking that pressure off and allowing you to like fully express yourself here on this platform and allowing it to feel good and be okay without feeling like I have to be doing it a certain way. I am so passionate about this. I feel like every time I turn on the camera to talk about something relating to content creation, I end up just talking about just
let go of the pressure to exist on social media in a certain way and let it be enjoyable and let it be fun and stop trying to fit yourself into a box if you're not meant to fit in that box, okay?
Like some people, they naturally just fit into a box. But some of us out here, we're still trying to figure, we're creating our own box, okay? And you have to be okay if that is you and you need to create your own box. And maybe yours isn't a box. Maybe it's more of like a octagon. It has many sides. I feel like we can really have some fun here on this platform. You know, there's places like Instagram that I feel like you really do need to niche down. But like when we're talking about YouTube, baby, let's have some fun with it. You know, like let's have some fun. You know, play around, let's experiment. Let's see where it goes. You know what I mean? Like let's take the pressure off. We're not on Instagram anymore, baby. We're on YouTube. My tip to stepping more into that freedom would just be making videos that you feel passionate about or you feel knowledgeable about. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up if they're all related to each other. Don't get caught up about the niche. Just think about the video that you want to create, that you're passionate about, and bonus points if it's something that could help someone else. Mainly when you're first getting started, get focused on the creating part. Eventually you will figure the rest out. You'll figure out the videos you enjoy making, and then you'll figure out the videos that are performing well. And then you get to marry the two, and over time that evolves and you evolve as a creator. But I just don't think that we need to be putting all this pressure on ourselves in the beginning. I think we need to be having fun with it and letting people see our personality and just showing up and learning the skills first. We're getting so caught up on a niche, but baby, you need to learn how to film. We need to figure out how to talk to a camera. We need to figure out how to set up the shot, okay? We need to figure out how to get consistent. Don't worry about the niche right now, okay? And there's a good chance, unless you're like a YouTube unicorn, that your first 100 videos are going to be trash. Like, throw them in the trash, baby, because we're still learning here. We're newbies. If you're like me, you did your first year or two with really crappy audio and like a camera phone. Like, it is what it is. We're here learning. We're here showing up despite the obstacles. We are showing up, and that's what matters. Get to that 100th video as soon as you can. And you can only do that by showing up, creating videos, getting better at them, and doing the do, and not getting caught up on the little things. If you go into this expecting your first 100 videos to have low views and low engagement, there's no disappointment, okay? Because we're learning here. Like, those first 100 videos, as quick or as slow as you make them, probably not going to be your best. Trust me, I have 2 channels, and on both of my channels, I tell people don't go back and watch those videos because they're not great. I was just learning. I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm still learning, okay? But like, just after those 100 videos, I started to feel like, oh, this video isn't really that bad. I don't mind watching that. But like, there's some videos I can't go back and watch because they're just boring. And that's okay. Because you can go back and watch them and see how bad they were. You know, I mean, you might be thinking this one's bad, but you know what? I'm here showing up, okay? So that matters more to me than if you think this video is bad, because someone out there is finding value in this, and I believe that to my core. Just keep going. It's part of the journey. It's meant to happen. You're not meant to upload your first video and go viral, okay? And if that's what you're thinking, then delusion, delusion, delusion. That's not how it's supposed to go. You gotta get through the cringy 100, okay? You gotta pay your dues, okay? Another thing that I wish I did was install TubeBuddy sooner. I don't know why I waited to install TubeBuddy, because they have a free version, but I think it was because like I thought SEO overwhelming. I'm not gonna dig into that yet. Like, but the free features they have are like actually really helpful for beginners because you don't really know what you're doing. You're figuring it out, and they just give you like tag suggestions, which can help you with title suggestions and all that kind of stuff that I feel like in the beginning, you're just naming your videos. Well, I was at least like, I don't know what I was doing, okay? I was just figuring it out, but I feel like I've grown so much when it comes to like titling my videos better and just having a better idea of like what people are searching for and using that to my benefit. But TubeBuddy really helps you in the beginning stages. So I just wish that I utilized that free tool sooner. And also another thing I wish I did was look into the paid versions of TubeBuddy, because I off the bat assumed that they were expensive for some reason. I just thought like it's probably another $30 a month kind of subscription, but they're actually really affordable. It's like the price of a coffee. 1, I waited too long to download the free version. And 2, I waited too long to look at what the paid version was even costing people. I feel like it can be so easy to hear people talking about these types of apps and like programs and software and immediately count yourself out because you're like, oh, money, not for me. I'm just starting out. Like, I can't even buy a camera right now. Like, it's so easy to just be like, oh, down the line, down the line, down the line. But that is something that you can literally install on your software and utilize right away when you begin. So I just wish that I did that sooner. There's TubeBuddy, they have the free plugin. There's vidIQ. I don't use vidIQ, but this is something that I need to look into. Again, I'm probably gonna make another video saying I wish I looked into vidIQ sooner. But like, these are things that are there, and I feel like if you've watched lots of videos like these like I have, then you've heard about these things before, and you might just put it in the back of your head like, oh, I'll save that for a rainy day, and then you don't really visit it until like way down the line, and then you're gonna be kicking yourself and saying the same things I'm saying in this video that you wish you did it sooner. But YouTube search is another thing that you can utilize right now today to help you with your keywords, to help you with content ideas. You might not have much as a beginning content creator, a beginning YouTuber, but there are free resources here for us. Do not put them off like I did, okay?
Just don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
I know it can be overwhelming, but even just spending 10 minutes out of your week, I'm not even gonna say your day. If you spend 10 minutes a week in the beginning, just allowing yourself to dabble in these things, it will help you so much. 10 minutes out of your week, all right? I'm not even gonna complicate this. 10 minutes out of your week. If you can't do that, then baby, you don't want it. I wish that I just trusted myself more, trusted myself sooner to talk about the things that I wanted to talk about and that I felt called and passionate to talk about. I wish I didn't hold back, and I wish I used my voice more apologetically sooner. It's literally the thing that helped my channel get monetized in 7 months. I have 2 channels and the other channel is on its way to monetization. So for me, like, I didn't talk about the child-free part of my lifestyle for the longest time because I knew it was gonna ruffle some feathers. I knew some people didn't like it, okay? I was like, I can't be bothered. And when I finally did, I saw that it ruffled some feathers, but it also resonated with so many people. And so many people felt seen and heard and just valued. I also was feeling called to share the learnings that I've had as a creator on YouTube. And that was when I was at 300 subscribers. I felt called to share how I got to 300 subscribers, because when I first started, getting to 300 subscribers felt like, it felt like the most impossible mission ever. I couldn't even imagine getting to 50 subscribers. And I knew that there were people out there that, you know, there's all those big videos out there like how to get to your first 1,000 subscribers, how do you get to your first 100K. But I was just trying to get to 50. So someone's over here sharing like 300 subscribers. I was like, ooh, that seems doable for me. Like, I'm just starting out. I only have 10 subs. Someone out there has to feel that same way. So I was like sharing the tips that I had as someone with 300 subs. And you know what? There were YouTubers out there, like YouTubers that were getting paid by YouTube while I only had like 300 subscribers, and I was like sharing my YouTube tips, and I shared it, and they told me you shouldn't share this because you only have 300 subs. They told me no one wants to hear tips from someone with only 300 subs. No one wants to hear tips from someone who's not monetized yet. Like, I got so much backlash from other YouTubers saying like, oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. 7 months later, I was monetized, okay? So, joke's on them, okay? I just wish I had my own back then. And I guess in a way I did, because I did make that content. But I just wish I did it sooner. I wish that I didn't second guess myself for so long thinking like, oh, should I? And I just wish that I trusted that because I'm feeling called for it, I need to talk about it, because I'm being called to speak on this for a reason. I'm feeling pulled to speak on this topic for a reason, whether it resonates with everyone or no one. I was feeling called for a reason, and I needed to put my message out there, and it didn't matter if a million other people were talking about the same thing. Someone needed to hear it from me. Someone needed to hear Jamie's version of this. And I eventually trusted that. I just wish I did it sooner. And you know what? I had people thanking me for those videos, like, and telling me that they really helped them, and how it was more relatable hearing tips from a small YouTuber versus someone who has 100K subs. Like, it can just be more relatable. So, like, don't count yourself out just because someone else is doing it. Don't count yourself out just because someone with more subs is doing it. Like, there is room for us here. If I've learned anything in my few years on YouTube, it is that there is still room for growth on this platform, okay? So, like, you gotta let go of the stories of it's oversaturated and all that kind of stuff, because it's just not true if smaller creators like me are on here growing and earning on YouTube. So my tip for you would just to be have your own back. I'm telling you, you have to have your own back on this journey long before anyone else ever will. You need to learn how to show up for the audience that you want before they arrive. Another thing, I wish I created a schedule sooner. Now, I didn't wait too long to do this, but I just wish that like off the bat, I was like bada bing, bada boom. Like knowing what days I was going to edit, knowing what days I was going to film, knowing what days I was going to outline and brainstorm. Like I wish I just was like, all right, let's go. These are the days and planned it all out. I will tell you right now that that literally is the success of my consistency with running 2 channels, is knowing what days I'm filming, scheduling, editing, brainstorming, like, and having that plan and sticking to it. Most importantly, sticking to it, because it's all fine and dandy to make the plan, but if you ain't sticking to it, then it ain't working, okay? So if you are looking for a way to plan this out for yourself, grab my free content creation workflow. The link is in the description. It will just help you sit down and like plan out, okay, these are my editing days, these are my this is the blah, 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 blah. You get it, you got it, good. And it's nothing crazy. It's just a little outline that will help you with a little place to plan it all out, okay? My tip for that would be creating strong boundaries and actually sticking to them, because it's all fine and dandy to like write down the schedule and be like, I'm boss, I made a schedule, but if you're not sticking to it, then it's not working, okay? I wish that I had started on YouTube sooner. I had been creating on Instagram for like 8,000,025 years. And so when I first started creating on YouTube, I was like, what have I been doing with my life? Like, I literally felt like YouTube had just like welcomed me with open arms. Not in the sense that I like grew super quickly or anything, but in the sense of creating on this platform felt fun, enjoyable, easy. Like it just felt right. Like I like creating on Instagram, but it just felt right. On Instagram, I always felt like I had to like, I write like novels in my captions, and I always struggled keeping what I had to say within like the 15-second thing on my stories. Like I always felt like I have too much to offer for Instagram. Like I am too much, I talk too much, I have too much to say. So on YouTube and doing long form content, I just felt like a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do? Like, oh, this is too short? Oh, I need to talk more? It just felt natural. Like, I don't know. It just felt great stepping onto the YouTube platform. And I literally was like, why didn't I do this sooner? This is where I was meant to be creating content. And I truly do believe that this was meant to be my core platform. And here we are. I always just counted myself out when it came to YouTube. Like I always felt like people had to be a personality. Like, you know, they had to like put on a performance, like be this like entertainment personality to be on YouTube. And what I came to learn is that like the personality is you. You are the personality. You are what makes people come back for more. Whether that is a like outgoing, bubbly personality or a chilled, like laid back personality. The personality is you, and like it's not this thing that you have to be, or like, you know what I mean? Like you already are it. Like, it was just this story my brain created to keep me from going out of my comfort zone to start YouTube. Is another reason why I'm just so passionate about talking about mindset and in pushing those comfort zones, because it literally can stop you from doing the thing you want to do because of fear, because it's more comfortable to stay where you are even if that's not where you want to be. And like most people just drop off because they don't go viral overnight, or they don't have this like thriving, engaging community and people leaving thousands of comments on their post after 1 month. That's just not reality. Like you have to come onto this platform and have realistic expectations if you want to do this, because it is like YouTube is a long haul. You have to be in it for the long haul. You have to be willing to have that delayed gratification in your results and being able to show up before your results are there and continue to do so. You gotta give it the time, and that time part of the equation is different for everyone, and you aren't going to know what it is unless you stay in the game and figure out what it is for you. You hear all these stories, YouTube's oversaturated. I don't believe YouTube's oversaturated. I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of people talking about this, yeah, there's a lot of people talking about that, but there's not you talking about that. There's not you creating that kind of video. There's not you bringing your creative uniqueness to the table. And I feel like there's always room for that on YouTube, for someone to come on and do it differently, or someone to come on and put their own flavor on it. I just think that there's so much room. I've seen examples. I've seen my channel grow. I've seen my other channel grow. Like brand new channels born in these last couple of years I've seen grow to monetization. So I know that YouTube is not oversaturated. There's still room for growth. There's still time for you to come on here as a new creator and get your content pushed out. You have to just be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to learn what it takes to create an engaging video and to know that you're not going to get it right off the bat unless you already have the skills coming into it. It's going to take time. It's going to, like, I'm still learning this today, right now, as I show up. I don't come on here and just think that I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm still learning how to make my videos more engaging, how to make my videos more value focused, how to get better at getting my content out to the people that I'm creating content for. There's so many things that factor into it, and you can't get better at doing those things and becoming a better creator if you aren't giving yourself the time, space, and energy to do so. If you've been thinking about starting a channel, you just have to do it and be committed to the process. Don't get caught up on having all the fancy gear, having the perfect banner, the fancy intro, the things that just aren't really going to matter when you're still learning the ropes. I'll tell you right now, I've never subscribed to someone because I thought, ooh,
they have a fancy intro. Oh, their banner's cool.
That's never been the reason why I've subscribed to someone. They have value to offer. I like their personality. They've been authentic. They're sharing tips that I need. Like, those are the reasons why I follow people on YouTube. So think about the reasons why you follow the creators you follow. Is it because they have a fancy intro? Is it because their YouTube banner is cool? Probably not. So don't get so caught up on those things, because at the end of the day, that's not what's going to make or break your channel. Like, I want to know what this video is about. Like, yes, your banner, you look cute, you're doing the thing, but like, let's get to the video. Let's get to the real reason why we're all here. So if you are looking to start a channel in 2024, let me know in the comments. What kind of videos do you or would you be creating? What is your biggest struggle when it comes to starting on YouTube? I would love to hear it in the comments, because I am sure you are not alone. With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I hope to see you tuning in to another video soon. Bye!